Toby, good evening.
Antonio, no.
And Toby gone.
I want to take my responsibility. Maybe I'm not so good. In the last 5 games, we lost four times. We have to pay attention, don't fight for the relegation zone. I'm really frustrated and I'm not used to face with this type of situation. I don't want to close my eyes and
I don't wanna fall asleep cause I miss you, babe.
Thanks for coming on, mate. Let's go to Toby, who's a Spurs fan. Toby, good evening.
Good evening, guys. Good evening. I've been listening to TalkSport for the past probably hour or so, and I've heard a lot of inconsistent things here. Jason Cundy, you're lucky that Spurs have lost it because I was outside the hot one. But anyway, my point on this is here coaches change, but the players are always the same, but the results don't change. What does that tell you? And you keep saying,
come on. I mean, he dumped him. Yeah. He dropped an S-bomb and an F-bomb.
We're live on YouTube.
I mean, I can see you know.
You can't be swearing on that.
Come on, guys.
I was so into it, I forgot to put the banner up and everything. I was just enjoying that. I can't even lie.
Oh my god!
I knew that TalkSport part would be involved somehow, some way. I knew it.
You can't say on national radio, mate.
When you're angry, boy, is whatever. The anger took over, man. I can't stand incompetence. They were just waffling for an hour and a half straight. Like, how am I meant to listen to that on the way back after an L and hear these two bozos just...
You should know better. Put Magic FM on or something, start going to love songs and shit and get in the vibe, innit? Don't listen to them when you've just been done off Burnley, innit? Especially after the week you've had, innit? When you've been at the Etihad, Antonio, and all that coming out the Etihad, and the next minute you're getting done off the Deliverance.
Did they really cut my brother off? Did they really cut my brother off?
They had to.
They did.
You can't say a bad word on the national radio.
Yeah, but
like
I'm
that.
sure. I'm sure I've read other people.
Dare I ask? What's an S-bomb?
F-bomb, innit?
Oh no! He said S-bomb and F-bomb. I was thinking, what the hell is the S-bomb now? What could he have said? Oh, it was shit.
I must have said fucking shit. I can't even remember myself.
Yeah. You can't swear on YouTube, mate.
Yeah.
What are you saying? You're smiling at least because when I saw you yesterday, was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was. Because you tagged us on Instagram.
Yeah, I know.
You was vexed.
I still am. But yeah.
How was Burnley though? How's Burnley? Was it all right there? Did you manage to get out?
I've never seen a place so like horrid in my life in the UK.
What's in Burnley? I need to go now.
Bro, it was like the houses.
I'm
like
famous over there. I went there. I'm famous over there in Burnley. You know what I mean?
The houses, bro, SAEED, the houses were scary. They're like 1-bedroom houses. They're all right next to each other. The bricks are different.
Terraced houses, mate, in the north, mate. Terraced houses in the north, innit?
And they got like a drive-through fish and chips. They got drive-through fish and chips.
That's a quality. Hey,
I've never heard of that before in my life.
One of the Liverpool fans that follows me, he put a story on about that fish and chip shop and said it was the best he'd ever had, and it is quite good actually. Drive-through.
I did try it. I wish I tried it. And then they've got like one strip, and their strip is where like you got like KFC, McDonald's, Pepe's. I think that's like the main strip. And
that is the main. That's like Las Vegas. That is like Las Vegas in Burnley. That is like Las Vegas to them. We'll be taking the piss, man. At the end of the day, man, I know you guys in London are a bit spoiled with what you got, but Burnley's all right. It's full of flat caps, whippets. You know what I mean? Banjos.
Apologies to anyone from Burnley in the chat right now.
I'm sorry, man, but surely even Burnley fans will admit it, man. But you know what? What I'll say is this: Burnley fans are quality, man. Like they got good crack, and and in terms of like their support of their club, like they were non-stop the whole game. Like they really sang their hearts out. But I'm sorry, that city is a dive, man. It's a dive. I'm sorry.
You know what? When you tweeted the other day, you see when you tweeted, away trip to Burnley, and you put that Eddie Hearn gif.
Yeah.
Bro, when I saw that, I thought, nah, it's gonna happen, isn't it? It's gonna happen. And it actually happened. I'm just vexed I didn't predict 1-0 because I thought it might happen, but after that Man City result, I thought, nah, can Can they lose?
They can.
And listen, nobody probably obviously felt as bad as Toby did after that game, except me, because I looked at that and thought, wow, we literally got fucking beat off them. And that made it worse. That just kicked me even more. And I said, you know, you can celebrate these games at the Etihad and that when you win. Great, you've won at top of the league. I get it. But when you've lost to Southampton, Wolves, and then Burnley, it's pretty shameless shit, that. I bet he could have just rewound that. You know what I mean?
Toby just said good crack. Turkish, you know that saying, innit? It's Irish. I don't know where that come from. Toby's lingo there just switched up real quick. Man,
Geordie Shaw lingo, innit, man? Trust me, I've been
Don't tell me you watched that.
I used to. I don't watch it anymore. I used to watch it years back. Come on, Geordie Shaw was heritage 10 years ago. Gaz, Scott, come on, Geordie Shaw was heritage. Don't play about with Geordie Shaw. It's fell off now, but back then it was heritage.
Mad. Look at you smiling, talking about Geordie Shaw. I want you in pain talking about Tottenham, my bro.
Probably what you'd be watching, man. And Tottenham, Geordie Shaw.
Bro, what do you want to speak about with this dead team? I guess you want to speak about the Antonio Conte.
More so the man. Yeah, obviously. You know what? I took it as pressure onto the club. I never took it as, you know, sack me or
same.
I took it straight as, like you said on TalkSport, when you get an Antonio Conte, you better be ready for the real, because the real's gonna come out at some point. That's how I took it. But go on. Yeah,
no, I agree. Honestly, I get there are some fans, there are some sections of our fan base who are annoyed by what Conte is saying, and I get it. I think Steve, I was watching Mang Talk yesterday with Steve and SAEED, and Steve made a great point. Like, if you're a fan and you're just hearing your manager say all these things, it's not nice. It's not nice, and you're probably just rattled because one week he's saying one thing, one week he's saying another thing. But I think in his press conference today, he just can't hide his emotions. I think he's like me. That's why I love him so much. He's a nutcase like me, and I think he's not someone who can see Spurs play crap for one game, lose 1-0, and then go do a press conference and say, "Oh yeah, it's all good. We'll pick ourselves up. We'll dust ourselves off and go on to the next game." He don't sugarcoat. He don't mince his words. And me personally, I love that. I love that about him. And if you recall, when we first hired him, one of the things I said was that at the very least, if he's not going to get the backing, then he's just going to air out the dirty laundry and expose the people who are running the club for what it is. So me personally, I want more of it. I want him to be as destructive as possible if they don't give into to his way of how our club should be run. I'm all for it.
Is this it? Like with Antonio Conte, obviously you know what you're gonna get, yeah. But why? Like what persuaded him? What do you think persuaded him to come? Is it broken promises now, or did he come for the money, thinking he can change it around, and he's realizing he can't? Is it the January window and what you said about the wing back situation and whatnot really behind his thoughts now? Like, what is it? Because he only signed up to you, man, a few months ago.
Yeah. I think the January window definitely plays a part. It's the only window that we've had to actually make changes to the team. And you're right. Ultimately, he's taken a job, so he knows he would have had a good idea of what the job entailed and who Daniel Levy is. But Corey, West Ham Way, made a great point, and it's a point that we've heard our fan base say about when Nuno was here and when Jose was here. I don't think some of these managers actually understand like how poor the squad is until they actually are managing the teams. Like, I remember when Jose Mourinho used to talk about Spurs before he got the job, he was talking about Spurs with high praise on Sky Sports, saying that he really rates the team and stuff like that. If he was the Spurs manager, he'd play this way, he played that way. But you saw Jose when when he was at Spurs. Different coach, same players. That was from Jose. So I actually think Antonio Conte, he's backed himself to try and make a difference at the team. But I think he's underestimated how poor some of these players are, because they are poor, man. They really are poor. I was checking the stats today, and I need to check what it's like for Inter Milan. But I was asking on my stream yesterday, how often do you see Premier League managers substitute their fullbacks or wingbacks game to game? How often do you see Trent Alexander-Arnold substituted? How often do you see Cancelo substituted? How often do you see Reece James substituted? How often do you see Ben Chilwell substituted when he plays? How often do you see, I'm thinking of more, Tomiyasu substituted at Arsenal? How often do you see like good to quality wing backs or fullbacks substituted? And the answer will be minimal. But when I was doing my research today, even in games where we've won, Antonio Conte, I think he's managed like 20 or 21 matches, and I think he's substituted our wing backs in like 17 or 18 of them. Like that is crazy, and it's not just one sub at a time. In some games, he's substituting both of them, man. And this is why, like, I don't really get this argument that, oh yeah, Conte, he's a world-class coach, so he should make these players better. I get that. I think his job is to make our team look better, and I think he's tried to do that in some areas. But when you look at the team, when you look at when he joined the club, he joined in November. Instantly, everyone was saying, wow, Spurs are struggling in the right wing-back position. That was a position that they could have targeted in January. They didn't do anything. And yesterday, he's had to substitute, or Wednesday, he's had to substitute the right wing-back again. And you're just thinking to yourself, again, issues that were avoidable, we're having to now deal with them, and we're now having to rely on this same team to try and get us top 4. It's never going to work, bro. It's never going to work.
What about this Paratici guy, if that's his name? Is he letting Conte down, or is he part of the broken promises?
I think he's a bit of both. I think he's Conte's power in it, so I don't think he's doing this intentionally. I think he's working to whatever budget he's been given by Daniel Levy, but I don't think he's been good either. When you look at the players that he's recruited, only Romero is the one that is like a bona fide starter. He signed 2 kids who are talented but have no immediate impact on our current squad, and then he signed Emerson for 26 million.
And it's stupid though, because some of those signings were they were all under Nuno after you refused to give Conte the money he wanted, and then now you end up getting Conte anyway, and the signings don't fit Conte. So it's difficult to judge him, because one minute he's working under Nuno's leadership, I guess, and vision. I don't know if Nuno really had a massive vision, but so
we
probably shouldn't say that to trigger.
It was horrible. It was horrible under Nuno. Jesus Christ!
But if you just brought in Conte from the beginning in the summer and just given him the money, then potentially you would have had a little bit more direction in the summer, and you wouldn't have acquired. Because I can't imagine Conte ever agreeing to Emerson Royale. I can't imagine him agreeing to Gil, because these are just
chicken Royale. Let's call him that.
Chicken Royale. Sorry, yeah. Let me not disrespect. So it's like I just don't really see how Conte would have wanted these young players that need developing. That's not really his remit. He tends to go for experienced players that are ready for the now. So I think you would have got maybe better signings if you'd gone with, if you obviously had Conte from the get-go, but obviously Daniel Levy, he's got to take responsibility for that. He messed that up. I don't think getting the director of football was a bad idea, because he did work under Conte previously. He's got a track record of working with him and getting success. It's the fact that he wasn't ruthless enough with his decision-making with the manager to hire a manager and then sack him a few months later and get the one you was going to get anyway. It just makes you look more stupid, to be honest.
Yeah, I think, listen, and in me saying all of this, I'm not saying that Conte is blameless in this situation. When you lose 4 games in 5, like, you have to ask questions of the manager. That's to be expected. But what I don't get is when we're asking Conte to make miracles out of players that we've seen under 3-4 different managers, and they're still looking higgy-hagger, and you're now expecting that because Conte is a world-class coach, he's all of a sudden just going to make this guy good. He's going to make this guy competent. I don't think it works like that. I think he can raise the base level of our team, and I think he has. And I think you've seen improvements from certain players, but there are just some players that are just beyond saving.
Can you imagine Conte? Because Eddie Howe's he's doing a nice job, but he's not. Yeah, and I know. And even Chris Wood,
Matisse, I warned him, man.
Even Chris Wood, yeah. You signed in January, but let's be real, big man. You're not really going to be there in the next. Imagine if Conte went to Newcastle with all that money. I'm telling you, yeah.
He's not going to Newcastle. Come on, man.
Bro, you never know. Why not? They got all the money, resources.
He can leave. He can leave Spurs 100%, and I think he will leave Spurs in the summer if we don't back him. But to leave Spurs and then go to Newcastle, I don't know, man. Come on. I don't know, man.
He's surviving until the summer, and then I think he'll consider his future. I really do. I think, like I said to you, Tottenham don't have any ambition. That's the problem. This is all on Levy. But the problem is, though, I don't know. Maybe Spurs want to be a kind of a franchise club where they play NFL in their stadium, or they want to be that club that, you know, wants to have the best, beautiful stadium. Do they want to win trophies? What's their ambition? You know, I think there has to be more kind of pressure on Enoch and what's his name? Levy, you know, if I'm being honest with you. Find what's going on, you know what I mean, and find out what their ambitions are. And then it has to match Conte, because for me, I just don't think you can get better than Conte. You know, you're gonna go back in love with Pochettino maybe, but again, is he old news? You know what I mean?
He's not as good as Conte.
Well, there you go, exactly.
Conte is his best. Is as good as it will get for us right now.
Creme de la creme, man. You know what I mean? This is where for me you've got to back him.
I disagree.
Okay, go on. Say what you got to say then.
Yeah, I am, innit?
He sounded like he was on smoke.
No. I don't know. Like, this is a time to be real, and he's saying they can do better than that. Go on.
No, I just want to ask Toby, like, or if he agrees first with Saeed's opinion that this is all on Levy. Toby?
Yeah, I think the state of the squad is definitely on.
No. We know that. But the outburst from Conte, which is the topic right now, right?
Okay.
We're talking about the Conte.
Oh yeah. I think Levy's involved in that, but I think fundamentally we've lost to Burnley, and it was a poor performance. So I think he's sort of letting his frustrations out. I think you can't take Levy away from that, because Levy is the one that's. Levy and his hierarchy are the reason why we have the squad in its current state.
But Levy and his hierarchy are also the reason why you've got Conte. He went out and got you Antonio Conte. Now, January window has come and passed. I get your frustration that not enough was done in the January. Do you remember we spoke before the January and we said Spurs definitely need 3 or 4? But we all, like, even the City will tell you, Chelsea will tell you, Liverpool definitely will tell you, like, January, most big clubs that aren't desperate will tell you January is a fuck-off window to try to do anything. Like, for the long term. You can do for short-term fixes. I still think you managed to pull off 2 very good young players in January.
They are good, yeah.
Yeah, and young as well, right? Fairly young, both of them, right?
Yep.
I still think he's done it, not enough, but he's done something for Conte. I just find this Conte outburst, I can't work it out. What's he saying? What's he trying to say? Is he trying to say, I'm not good enough? My team's not good enough? The whole fucking structure, the whole club's not good enough? What's he saying? There's no reason for the outburst. He has to wait, bite his lip, stay until summer. If he doesn't get any backing in summer, then do that outburst. Then cry like a bitch in the summer. To cry in just after the January transfer window, it doesn't make any sense. It puts Leeds... Don't get me wrong, I've got no sympathy for your owner. We know he's got any kind of problem.
You've been calling him out from long time.
100%. So I'm not saying sympathy for him overall, but in this situation, I don't know what Conte's game is. What's he trying to do with that outburst? Who's he motivating with that until the end of the season? Or is he ducking already?
Do you know what I think as well? I think sometimes Conte, because he's that engrossed in all the game and he's that passionate and that, I think when you catch him after the game sometimes, he's probably not thinking a whole lot about what he's saying. Yes. I think he's a bit of a passion merchant sometimes. I think he gets that embroiled in the game. Yeah. And then I think he's come out a few days now and he's sort of clarified it. But listen, one thing you got to say is he's a world-class manager who's coming at Spurs. But one thing I've got to agree with people on, that there's definitely an underlying problem at Spurs, which whether Levy doesn't tell the whole truth, whether he can sell it really well, and then when you get there, it's not quite what you thought, I don't know. But at the end of the day, they've got one of the best managers in the world. He's come into a Tottenham team. He's not a stupid man. He would have done his own work on that team, and he knows it needs a lot of work. My own opinion, think that in the January transfer window, he probably wanted 2 or 3 older guys that we know he likes to come and steady the ship. And I think that's where the clash happened. I think Levy believes in getting younger people with sell-on value, and I think they didn't have enough time to thrash it out, and it's ended up loggerheads. And like you say, you go on, you beat if you beat Southampton, you beat Wolves, you go to the Etihad, beat Man City, and then you beat Burnley. Everything in the guy is unbelievable. Antonio all the way, because it's not quite going to plan. People are panicking, and then the comments don't help. The last thing you want to hear when you've been to Burnley and you're driving home like Toby is them comments, because the press can twist them. You can twist them. Some fans took it one way, some fans took it the other way. And at the end of the day, I think Spurs have just got to relax. It's been one of them mad seasons where you've chopped and changed. You've now got one of the best managers about, which is a positive. And hopefully he realises now that in England, he should know anyway in England, but when you lose like that, you can't come out and say a little bit of nonsense because it's going to get misstrued all over the place. So, I mean, it's a big summer for Spurs. You're always going to get, from now to the end of the season, every time Spurs lose, you're going to get Conte's walking out. Conte's, it's not this, it's not that. I think they're a target now because of the size of the manager they've got. They're a target for the press. They're a target for other teams. And sometimes it's, you've got to be careful what you wish for. But hopefully, if he gets a good pre-season and a good summer, I think he can do all right.
Let me ask you a question, Toby. Is he doing that though because he thinks he's bigger than Tottenham, and that he's got a right to do it, and then all the fans are going to be on his side whenever he has an outburst? He might just think, you know what, I'm bigger than you, I can say what I want any week. So I'm actually not bantering here, but he can just say what he wants now, and nobody's going to say anything. And whether he says it in a harsh way, whether he says it this, he's going to come out 1 week this, 1 week that, and I tell you what, the next one he'll call out a player. And I don't know which one it will be, but he'll call out a player and say, well, I've done this for a reason. Or what he'll do is he'll take a player off after like 30 minutes and embarrass him. I'm telling you, he's going to do something wild until the end of the summer. And I think it's going to be entertaining me, but I don't know how it's going to be like for Toby.
Let's look at some of the super chats because we've got a few in there as well.
Yeah, go for it.
A few related to Tottenham as well, so Toby will still get a chance to reply to that. Shout out my Spurs family. We get shit on every season, but we're still here. Keep shining. We just have to make sure we don't get our self-esteem from our club. LOL. Conte schooled Levy. He has the power. Turkish. I'm still waiting for the me and Tobes have discussed that. We're gonna bring it to you guys. It just we need to figure out how we're gonna do it, obviously. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Message for Tobes. That's just a sad reality of a Spurs fan. It's never too late to switch, says Kieran. X4 Studio says Tobe should jump ship. Might as well start back in West Ham. At least they are consistent. Andy says panel's thoughts of Rangers beating Dortmund. Yeah, it was. Listen, they should have won the second leg as well. I don't know how that third goal was ruled out. I'll be honest, that was madness.
I watched both the games. Rangers took them to the cleaners in the first leg. Dortmund just can't defend for shit. I don't know what's going on with that team defensively. They made so many errors.
They've always been poor defensively.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
Imagine Josh Brownhill taking your ankles. How is Conte even surprised this is happening? How is Conte even surprised this happening? Says Taha. As another great Italian once said, it is the history of the Tottenham. Would other top 6 clubs allow Conte's behaviour? Well, there's a few.
Chelsea did, right?
I don't. Well, yeah, he did kind of spit his toy out the pram, which is kind of what I warned you guys about. Is that, listen, if you don't do everything that he asks, at some point he's going to flip the switch, and you'd hope you'd get the trophy first before he flips the switch, because once he flips the switch, it's very rare that you come back from that.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll take the L for the greater good. It will hurt me to lose. We'll take the L for the greater good.
But what's the greater good though? Because what's going to happen?
The greater good is hopefully dislodging the hierarchy above him.
I don't think that will happen. I feel like you're just going to move on to another manager and that's it.
And then that won't be good enough. I don't think fans will just roll down and accept Antonio Conte leaving the club without a whim and not.
And that's why they get Pochettino.
Your protest is going to have to be a lot more boisterous than that guitar shit last time. You're going to have to come with pitchforks.
To be honest, we can make all the jokes we want, but like losing a manager of that caliber after doing everything you can to get him and not doing enough to keep him here and build on anything tangible with him. When you saw that he won with Chelsea, he won at Inter Milan. Like, I'm not really sure how you can recover from that. You can't just go and hire another manager and then say, "Oh yeah, fans are going to be happy about this." There'll be a reaction. There will be a reaction for sure.
You're going to lead it. Are you going to lead it, Toby?
Bruv, I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can, bro. Because I'm sorry, that just isn't acceptable. He's literally won at every club he's been to, and you think you are so arrogant that you think that he should come to your club and work to your conditions, work in your ways that hasn't brought this club any success, and the club are literally sliding and sliding and sliding. Like, I'm sorry, when as fans are we going to say enough is enough?
Tim here says, no, thanks for the super chat. Did Spurs fumble the bag getting Conte in? He's a quick fix manager and Spurs don't have the squad for that. Personally, I knew it would end like this. Poor choice, in my opinion. Before you go on that one, Tobes.
I'm not going to go on it. It's fine. You can.
You can't. I do like, you know what? I agree with everything aside from how early he's done it. Like, I know January's come and gone, but like I think GRIZZ said, in January, it's one of those windows where like you don't expect much. And, you know, it's very rare you can get good business done. That's the reality of it.
It is. But you know the problem? The problem is, as I don't know about other Spurs fans, but my perspective is we have to try and see if we can do something in January because they always shortchange us in the summer. In the summer, we get told that this is going to happen, that's going to happen, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. And somehow we're worse off for the first part of the season. And then we're then leaving ourselves with, oh, we have to do this in January. We have to do that in January. Nobody's expecting a whole squad in January, but there are clear and glaring holes in this team all over the pitch. And you know the biggest ones. And for them to not address probably the biggest one right now is scary. Where's your priority? You know that top four is attainable. You know that you've got a manager like Antonio Conte in, and you don't do everything in your power to try and pad this squad as much as possible. Where are your priorities? Honestly, where are they? And that's the reason why that's the reason why I look to January, because I know we're going to be shortchanged in the summer, and it's going to be the same thing this summer. We're being told it's going to be a big summer. Conte's here, and we're probably going to be underwhelmed by the window we have, and then we're going to be saying the same thing again in December time. Oh, in January we need X, Y, and Z. We're always working against it.
Fair enough. Shahir, I'm just going to come back to that one as soon as we touch on Arsenal. I'll save it to the side. I have now started to feel bad for Spurs fans, says Akash. I understand the criticism of players, but this is outright bullying by treating the club like crap. Hamda says Conte buries his team after losses. Arteta at one point told the media to hit him in his chest. Arsenal currently wouldn't swap managers with Spurs. Boris says, come on.
Is that true? You wouldn't swap managers with Spurs?
Do you know why that question's a bit funny right now? do you know?
If you say what I think you're going to say, I'm just going to do this.
Obviously,
and I was actually coming to give Arteta some praise today, but if you say what you're going to say, you're gone.
You lock yourself off. That's even better. Obviously, Conte's credentials, they're on a different level. They're on and to be honest with you, I'm shocked at how early he's done this, but I expect him to do things like this at a club like Tottenham, at a club like United. And to be honest, I think at a club like Arsenal, he would do the same because we're not running away where we are often successful and that's sustained. And that's what he kind of needs. You're asking me that now in a position where would I swap both managers right now? No, I wouldn't. How can I say yes to that when this current squad that Arsenal have? Hold on. Who agrees with me here? Matisse, GRIZZ, SAEED, Steve.
I agree with you.
Right now.
Right now, yeah.
What, 3 games
why,
in a row?
Why would you entertain it? Arsenal doing okay at the minute.
Why are they going to stay like this?
Arsenal get top 4. I said that.
That's what I'm saying.
Me and Steve have been adamant in it, so I don't know. SAEED, go on. Them two, I have to run away because them two have to.
Run away. Man. When that guy said Arteta is a vaccine, I don't know. Turkish might have took the vaccine, mate. No vaccine at AFTV, man.
Oh my God, I can't breathe.
Well, tell me, what's it?
Listen, that's his opinion,
we don't have
man.
The GRIZZ, we don't have time.
Like, I'm just
get it. I'm not.
No, we don't have time. No,
what's Turkish said there? No. What's Turkish said there? That you disagree with?
I'm not speaking on it. There's no point.
There's no time.
Okay,
we need to dedicate a whole episode.
That's a rebuttal for you.
There's no point.
SAEED, which side do you fall on?
Okay.
I've said my opinion. They love me.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. What did you?
Toby and Matisse have given their opinions. Me and Steve are good. You got the final vote.
Listen, you know what? I might have to do a Toby. I'm not entertaining it. Yeah.
That means you agree. That means you agree that they're talking rubbish.
Yeah, it looks like it's free, basically.
Okay, cool.
Free, yeah, free.
Cool.
Yeah, fair enough.
But you know what it is, though? But you know what? You have to respect Turkish because that's how he believes. And if that's how he believes, then we have to respect it.
If you ask me that question,
yeah,
literally, how many? Let's say we've done 50 episodes this season. If you've asked me that question in 49, 50 of the last episodes, I would have said yes. But then you're asking me now, like I said, when all the teams around us seem to be faltering, one with Conte in charge, one Ralph, with Arteta seemingly doing. Listen, every big decision Arteta's made, the players that I like, because I like the players. I'm still dubious about Arteta, but I like the players, and I have to give credit to Arteta for where we are at the moment. But if the players seem to listen to him and also back him when he makes these bold decisions, whether it's getting rid of Oba, getting rid of Ozil, nothing coming in January, pressure on their shoulders, it seems like they're running with it. So how can I say at this moment in time?
So are you officially Arteta in?
Why are you saying that with a smile on your face?
No. You have to ask that question. You have to ask that question.
I've got to ask the question.
Let's see. There's no shame in being Arteta.
There's no shame, man. There's no shame.
There's no shame in it, bro. There's no shame in it, Turkish. He's doing well for Arsenal.
No, you know it's Turkish. Yeah. We're not gonna judge you. We're the man. We're the man.
We're not gonna judge you.
I've muted everyone on this show before, but I'm about to mute everyone.
Your manager, Turkish. Your manager. Come on, G. Come on, G.
Remember in December when we ended the year, I think we was in top 4 when we ended the year. Before that Man City 1st of January game, I think we was top 4. Going into that, if you go back to the shows, I've always said, give Arteta the rest of the season because he's got us in a position where we can get top 4. And I didn't think that was possible at the start of the season. So I can't really turn around and being in that position, criticizing for it. The reality is, going into January, I said, give him the rest of the season. And I said, top 4 or it's a failure. Like Henry said, same thing. I can't swap managers right now when the fair thing to do is to give him the rest of this season. And let's be honest with you, if Conte comes in right now, does he have the resources he needs at Arsenal to play the way he wants to play? He doesn't.
I get that 100%.
SAEED,
I understand that.
Matisse, ladies and gentlemen, we got it.
We got it. You know what it is, though? The thing is, Turkish, you have to say then.
Shit.
To me,
I forgot about Thuggery, you know. It's all
no, it's cool.
We got it.
I get what Turkish is coming from. No, I get it. Because Antonio Conte needs specific things for specific things. But the problem is, man, and you know what it is, Turkish, I'm going to be real. I don't like the Arsenal fan base because I feel like it's a bit of a divide. And also, there's not a clear answer. That's why I rate people who say that they don't believe in Arteta. But I've never asked you the question. So is it Arteta in or Arteta out? And you know what it is?
Listen, I don't jump on. Listen, I actually hate the ins and outs now. You know. Yes, I was.
So do you believe in Arteta?
You started it.
Yeah, I know.
You started it, man.
You started this shit.
When out coming from me, I know.
That's
but
from slaps to this.
Now we're warming up.
Why can't you say that you believe in Arteta? Though? I don't understand. Why can't people say it? I believed in it. I never believed in Oli, and I just stuck my way through it for 2 years. But I just don't like it when people are in the middle and sitting on the fence. So that's why I'm asking you, Turkish, respectfully. I'm on the panel. I want to know: are you Arteta in? Just please answer that question.
Bro, I don't.
No, I don't want to hear that. No, I don't want to hear that. Please, give me the answer.
Turkish is shuffling, boy.
Turkish is gone, you know. Just give me the answer.
I don't understand those words that you're using.
Come on.
No comment, Turkish. No comment. No comment.
I know what it is already, bro. No comment.
No comment. Get the briefing. We should know nothing gets said until the briefing.
I don't know if you speak from experience there.
Turkish, just email me if you need a lawyer. Email me, brother. I'm there.
I might have to, you know. I might have to, man.
He's not answering the question.
You said no comment.
Thuggery, I'm saying it now. You don't get paid for the ones that include me in it. I'm saying it now. No, I'm joking. Throw me under the bus as well. Let's go back to the super chats, and we're going to come back to Arsenal as well. And Tobes, we're going to come back to you because in the WhatsApp group, you said you've got some flowers to give Arteta. So I want the flowers.
I actually do.
Okay, so let me finish the super chats, and then we get into that.
Okay.
Where are we?
I want to hear that.
How to feel about? I've read that one already. Conte, but I've read that one already. Come on, you Gunners, very unlikely. But if United win the Champions League while West Ham win the Europa League, then 4th place will be in the Europa League instead of the Champions League. if Man United win the Champions League.
That will not happen, sir.
That guy is smoking some serious shit.
Let's Skip says, why aren't people blaming Conte? Squad is better than Southampton, Wolves, and Burnley, but lost to all 3 teams. Meanwhile, Arteta's getting 6 points versus Wolves. Mario says, big up the big 6 from Antigua. Come on, big up Mario, man. I'm late to the chat. I want the same energy from TOBS last show. I hope you brought your tongue today so you can talk. He's talked. Yeah. And he's got flowers to give soon, my guy. So we're going to listen in well on that one. Chelsea in the Championship after Roman leaves. I agree with you, Grizz, but you can tell this is a manager that ain't used to losing on this magnitude. It's alarming. Kent looked brilliant for Rangers. He did. Since the 3rd game of the season, only City and Liverpool have taken more points than Arsenal, and that's with a game in hand on Chelsea and 2 on United. Let's skip back again. Teta spoke facts all this time, but no one listened. 6 points versus Wolves.
What was that last super chat?
Since the 3rd game of the season, only City and Liverpool have taken more points than Arsenal.
Why don't you just start from the beginning of the season like everybody else?
Since
the start of the
remember it was December. Since December last season to December to now, they've accumulated like 3rd or 4th most points or something like that.
I remember when they did this last year as well. Since the calendar year, we are top of the league, but since the start of the year, we're 9th. Bro, just it's mad.
All right, next one. Grizz Teta spoke facts all this time. No one listened. 6 points versus Wolves, whilst Chelsea, United, and Spurs couldn't even get 3 combined. Respect, my guy.
What? We beat Wolves at the start of the season.
Just let it flow, man.
That's just the way it is, Spurs.
It's lied. It's what? Are we just letting people lie in super chats now? I don't understand.
There you go.
That's true.
That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Spurs 2-pack over Nas and Kanye. Obviously, that I agree with that.
God, what a terrible shot.
Oh, you make me sick. Does Toby think it was a mistake? Are you really gonna say Kanye over 2-pack now as well? I'll leave my own show.
Listen, if I say what I want to say on 2-pack, I'll be in big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble. So I prefer not to speak. I prefer not to speak.
Very big trouble. Nick says best football panel on YouTube right here. Thanks for the great content. Could you rank the big 6 clubs based on who plays the best football and watchability? Let me save this one to the side as well, Nick. And if we get some time at the end, we'll touch on it. If not, then we might have to get that prepared for Monday's show.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get Cam for that one.
Oh my God!
Riz, where's your milk today? I'm a bit worried about you.
I said you're lacking calcium.
I drank it on me and Matisse done a preview of my show.
Grizz, I know there's a war on our kid, but there isn't a war in Luton. Why have you got that on?
We'll get there when it comes to my part.
Luton.
Loz Incredible says, if Conte finishes 8th, is Toby going to slander him like he did Arteta for finishing 8th his first season?
Yes, I would.
All I hear is
if he finishes 8th. I expect him to finish in the top 6.
Oh, really? That's not looking good.
Sean, have some respect, man. Have some respect. I'm pretty sure Turkish was never really Arteta out. He was always Kroenke out. Devin, like I said, that out thing now, yeah, even though I was a part of Wenger out, and I get that whole out thing has a stigma behind it now, and I'm no part of ins, outs. I just say how I feel. That's it. I don't care if people agree, disagree. I say how I feel. Mario says, why would you swap Arteta for Conte when Arteta has rebuilt and is still rebuilding Arsenal with all the shit players we had, and Conte is already crying and running out of Spurs? Rai says, Turks, I want to defend you, but I can't. I'm Arteta out regardless. Thuggery definitely clipped you there. As a Liverpool fan, Odegaard's technical ability is off the charts. Love watching him. If Klopp or Pep got hold of him, it would be a madness. In all seriousness, says Amir, can say that again, Chris?
We wanted him. We scattered, like he come to our training ground and everything in the young days. Odegaard.
Oh, young, okay.
Yeah.
Before Real. In all seriousness, can Arsenal get top 3? If we win our games in hand, we'd be just 2 points behind Chelsea. Every game as it comes, bro. Let's not think about
concentrate on the task, bro. You're getting ahead of yourself.
All I've got in my head now is what.
Why can't Arsenal fans ever just focus? Why?
This is why it's so difficult to give you that credit.
Concentrate, Toby.
You give Arsenal fans an inch, and they'll take 50 miles.
Just focus. Why just focus on fourth? Why do you care about third?
Let me read this super chat. Let me read this super chat.
Go on.
He's lied. Matisse is my witness. He's done another lie, Toby. This is one of those ones. Thank you for the super chat. What's the prize showing GRIZZ loves? He said Liverpool won the Champions League and Premier League same season. No, I didn't. Matisse said we got 97 points and lost the league. And I said, and it ended in not disaster, ended up as a failure. But I said, no, it ended up in glory because we won the Champions League. But thank you for the super chat. But I'm not letting you do it. Toby, you're right. Toby's right.
Thank you, GRIZZ. Yeah, they like to lie. They like to lie a little bit on these super chats.
Mo says we're very quick to criticize, so let's keep the same energy for giving credit. Nothing wrong with backing the manager. Arsenal on the right path.
I agree.
Top super chat. Top super chat.
Don't you agree, Turkish?
Listen, I don't.
Nothing wrong with backing your manager.
Bro. I say what I want to say, how I want to say.
Nothing wrong with backing your manager, brother. Don't be ashamed, man.
But they weren't celebrating outside the Emirates like they won the league, though. I seen them clips, Turkish.
Bro,
what's going
you've
on?
been really salty the last 2 weeks against Arsenal.
No, I'm not. But I've seen a few videos of Arsenal celebrating.
You're enjoying what you're seeing over there.
Against Nevers. Never said a few quotes and the Arsenal fans are celebrating. You know what I mean? Chill out, man.
You know why?
Turkish, come on, man.
Top four.
Turkish, last night, mate. Fucking hell. I've seen them sell it. What? Oh, my God. That's a mentality issue, mate. That's a mentality issue. Come on. As an Arsenal fan that used to win, like back in the day, was winning shit. That's embarrassing, that, mate.
What exactly? What exactly?
It looked like it was worse celebrations last night at Arsenal than when Tottenham beat City in the first game of the season. It looked like the Notting Hill Carnival outside Arsenal last night. Everyone was dancing on the street corners, moonwalking. There was guys fucking swinging scarves around. Vuvuzelas was out. It was just peak, man. And I'm like, you beat Wolves in the last minute. You've not won the league in the last minute. You beat Wolves. It wasn't even that bad when City won the league in the last minute. This is what I'm saying.
I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is, yeah? I'll tell you what it is. And SAEED, maybe in the near future, might understand it, yeah, more, because he's the one closest to the feeling Arsenal fans have had over the last 15 years. Bro,
I hope you didn't say that with any stress.
Steve, I know your route into like success was different. You obviously came up from the bottom to the top. Arsenal fans, me growing up, Arsenal were there. We was there, you know, whether it's FA Cups, Premier Leagues, even like, okay, in Europe, we've never won Champions League, but we was there, Champions League final. I've seen a legendary squad, yeah? And so has a lot of Arsenal fans. But what's happened to this club over the last 15 years? If I really want to break down how I feel about it all, yeah, it's mad. So the feeling, especially I've had, is a feeling of, you know, when in football, the one thing you really should have is belief and hope. Like the one thing, when you was watching games in Division 2 and whatnot, Steve, yeah, like you was cheering, you was cheering when Man City scored in Division 2. Them times, I know you was going mad, but the reality is, who the fuck cares about Division 2? But at that time, because that's what you love, and
no, but I've never seen that though. I've never seen anyone. I've never seen people come out the stadium and everyone fucking partying in the street because you've got 3 points against Wolves. It's just weird.
Don't get me wrong. No, Steve, don't get me wrong.
It's a late winner though.
No, number one, yeah.
Late winner, you celebrate in the ground, and then after that, you come out the ground and you fuck off home. You don't start doing the moonwalk and the.
It's a late winner to take them.
Unless you're at City.
That London thing, that might be a London thing, mate. But if you did that in the north, someone's taking your teeth out because it's weird.
Yeah,
you know what's funny to me though? I haven't seen any of that. I haven't seen any of that, so I don't even know what you man are referencing.
I just seen a clip, and it was like I was like, no way. I thought it was an old clip or something, and then it was like everyone was like proper going crazy outside. I was just like you'd won the league or something. Seriously, I just think that's a bit weird. That's all.
But circumstance, though, obviously, our circumstance over the lot. Like I said, in football, yeah. The one thing you should have is belief, whether it's to get to the Premier League or get into Europe or challenge for a title or win a title. That's the one thing every football fan should have. But that was sucked out of Arsenal 5, 6, 7 years ago by the Kroenkes and the ownership. I think what last night was, and don't get me wrong, I haven't seen no clips. And if that celebration...
Now, mine was about Neves.
One sec. I might agree with you because you know me and how I feel about Arsenal and not getting too ahead of yourself. You obviously have to take every game as it comes. But I can understand that last night, coupled up with Tottenham's poor form this season, United, this is one chance we've got to kind of get into the Champions League and see if we can take the next step. Finally. Champions League is not success. I don't care about just being in the Champions League. Don't get me wrong. But when we eventually finish top 4, if it's this season next or the season after, there's going to be celebrations because I know it. I won't be celebrating that. I'll be very happy with that, but I'm not celebrating until I see this ownership build on that. But last night, the last minute winner, you know, the fact that puts us in the ascendancy. In reality, for top 4, we're in the ascendancy, yeah? It's kind of like, it's not a weight off of our shoulders, but it's a light of belief. I don't know how to really explain it, but I understand.
Can I tip the scale a little bit? Can I tip the scale?
I get it. I understand why you're celebrating. What I don't like is what I don't like is some of the stuff I was receiving from some of your fans in my DMs. There's a guy that goes to my college. He's actually cool. But immediately after the game, the first thing he thought about was to message me, and he called me, see you next Tuesday, ha ha ha, mind the gap. I'm like, relax, bro. The season's not done yet, brother. The season's not done yet.
I get the football. That's football bad on. Mine was about Ruben Neves.
You're sending me mind the gap.
Yeah.
When there's like 12, 13 games left.
No. That's all banter. That's all jokes.
But that's what I'm saying. That stuff, I'm like, you're jumping the gun. But the celebrating inside and outside the ground, I'm with that because that's a late win. That's literally the last kick of the game.
That's what football fans do,
against a good side. Yeah. That's literally thrilling, bro. Like you thought you were leaving with a point and you leave with 3 against a good side. And it puts you in pole position for 4th spot behind Man United. I see no issues with Arsenal fans celebrating that.
Yeah,
can I see the other extreme? Can I point out the other extreme? So the fans, right? So I get where Steve's coming from, right? The ones that get carried away. And look, we know in every fan base there's a section that just gets carried away, right? All the celebration that they've achieved something when you haven't achieved something, right? I get all that. But how about the other section where refusal to you know where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
I know where he's going with this.
Is it
Palmer? Oh no.
Palmer,
No. I'm just saying there is sections of fan bases, and I find it more extreme than the Arsenal fan base than any other fan base, where they refuse to glorify anything that this coach is doing. Explain that to me, anyone, not just Turkish, but anyone. They refuse to see any progress. What the fuck are you watching then? What are you in it for if you're not gonna just sit there and just say, I don't give a shit what happens? I'm only asking the question about those people that say, I don't give a shit what happens. He's the wrong man at the club. I don't understand that section.
Maybe because they don't think it's sustainable, maybe.
No, again, it's a feeling that none of you...
extreme.
Again, it's a feeling that none of you guys have had, yeah? And I understand
we had it.
GRIZZ, but again, when the belief gets sucked out of you, yeah, it's hard. It's really hard to get that belief back under the same owners, under the same process and projects and whatnot. It's very hard to get over that because you've been let down so many times. You've got to that place now where your emotion is kind of out of it. I like, don't get me wrong, yeah. I like to be balanced on it, and I give credit when it's due, and I'm vexed.
That's all. That's all.
But yeah. I do get. I'm also have understood fans' frustration over the years than fans' positivity. However, now you're right. It seems to be now that there is something to be positive about. But again, you're going to have some fans that are still stuck in that. You know, is this really changing, or am I being tricked again? Or
I hear that.
You get what I'm saying?
I hear that because we went through that. We went through shit manager after shit manager, thinking this is the change, anything, and like so we were always thinking, is this just another fucking false dawn? It's just another false dawn. But as fans, as fucking human beings, you live in hope, right? And you have to have some positivity in your life and think. Otherwise, it's fucking doom and gloom in your life, brothers, man, and sisters, man.
I hear you, Grizz.
You can't have no belief.
I hear you. I hear you.
Belief and his happiness if you win, innit? But coming out the ground, mob-handed, all dancing on the forecourt.
Steve, I get
fucked up, mate.
Hold on. I guarantee you, yeah. In the 80s and 90s, whenever Steve was going Division 2, I guarantee you he was
Division 2 ground.
Steve, I guarantee you, he was coming out of a Division 2 ground
They
singing
rode.
in the
They're my
80s
house.
or 90s, whenever you was there. 100%.
He was, man. He was.
Never.
Man, he was.
Never.
Definitely.
I've never seen. Only in London. Only in London do you lot gather outside the stadium, start dancing in the street. Start dancing in the street. We just do it in the stadium, innit? You celebrate in the stadium, you clap your players off, then you go home, innit? All this in the street is weird. It's weird.
Did you cheer
3
when
points, you got 3 points against Wolves, and you celebrated like you won the league. This is what I'm saying.
Did you cheer again? Did you cheer when you got promoted from League 2? Was you happy with that?
No.
Yeah, because we finally got out of League 2 because we could get new pies and new
But
grounds.
guess what?
It was
But
buzzing.
again, to where we are now, and where you are now, what the fuck is League 2? Why are you screaming about League 2? Why are you
That's what I'm
dancing
saying,
about
because
League 2?
you can only play in the division you're in. But listen, you're a Premier League team. You've got a gold trophy, and you're celebrating because you got a last-minute winner against Wolves. So that's how far you fell, innit? So you're all cheering in the streets. That's what I'm saying. So come on, man. 1 minute you got like a big club, and next minute it's cheering in the streets because you beat Wolves. Which is it? Are you a big club or are you a shit club?
In the past 4 years, Steve, when have you seen Arsenal be a big club?
Gosh.
We ain't in Division 2 anymore, mate. We're not in Division 2 anymore. We're the big dogs now, innit?
Can I go back to GRIZZ's point? It makes a good point there. For me, I respect people who have that firm belief, though. And if they believe that Arteta's not the man,
well, because you're a clown like them. Because I've seen you doing the same outside Old Trafford.
Shut up, mate. Shut up,
around your mates, screaming the car park. So your opinion means nothing.
Put this clown on
Your
me.
opinion means nothing. It's the same as
Steve,
them.
shut up, man.
You're part
I'm
of that
trying to
culture, innit?
You've
Get
had
3
your say,
points
man.
against Brighton,
Flipping hell.
and you're dancing in the
You've
car
had your
park.
say,
It's
man.
like
Let me
there's
say.
football now.
Let
It's
me
like
have
there's
something to
football
say.
now. Innit?
Flipping
Celebrate
hell,
something
man.
when you need to. When you win something, celebrate something.
Yeah, but I'm
If
trying
you
to
get
bring
3
both
points
points.
against Wolves,
So
sack
what's
it,
your
innit?
point then? What's your point then? What's your point?
My
I don't
point
understand
is,
just
you've
malarkey.
got a
What are you
last-minute
talking
winner, clap your team off and go home. Don't be joking
I'm
around.
not talking about that, though. I'm not talking about that, man.
You've not won the league.
Your
innit?
head's
You've won the league.
Steve, your head's gone. Let me just say something. Because I'm not
Yes,
even
I'm
talking
fine.
about that.
Listen, my head's fine. I'm just saying I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I walk past you lot, I'm thinking you're all on drugs, innit?
Bro,
I'm not doing that. I'm from a generation where if you win something, celebrate. Don't come out.
Someone give Steve some water, man.
Oh shit, this is
Someone
hilarious.
give Steve some water.
I'm not even talking about that, man.
And all that crap. You've been
But
screaming
I-
the car park when you got
I
a
actually
point.
hear, but
talking about this. What
I
is he
agree
on
with
about, man?
Saeed though. I hear where they're coming
Yeah,
from
man.
because I think like some Arsenal fans are so desensitized to Arsenal because they've been through the motions. They've been through this over the years.
That's a good
And
word.
it's like,
Yeah.
It's true. It's like how many times can I sort of G myself up to believe under the same sort of regime, under the same ownership, etc., etc. So I don't think you can sort of call out fans who.
I hear that. So what do you do then, Toby, as a fan?
No. Yeah, but
No,
what I'm saying.
asking you, what do you do as a fan then?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
I want to hear what you do as a fan then. I agree with what you're saying. You can absolutely live through nightmares and think, fuck, now this is a full story, there's a full. But what do you do as a fan then for the rest of your supporting career and life? What do you do?
You have to hope that it's going to change soon, but it doesn't necessarily. It doesn't necessarily
opinion as well. You have to respect opinion as well.
It doesn't necessarily mean that. It doesn't necessarily mean that like you've given up on Arsenal completely. You're giving up on the current regime. What I think your point speaks to better is when you can actually see that there's a difference between how a team was playing at the start of the season to how a team is playing now. How a team set up at the start of the season.
Yeah, you can give credit. You can give credit. That's
you
good.
can at least acknowledge that. Maybe
you
don't even have to put it, but at the very least,
that's the bare minimum.
Okay, that's what GRIZZ is
As a
talking about then.
supporter of your club, that's the bare minimum you support. That's the bare minimum.
No, but
you
GRIZZ, what I was
expect
trying to
as a
say
fan.
is,
I
at
get
least
the
people
extreme
identify where they are, though. And there's people who are just flip-flopping in between. And when it's popular to do so, they run into either side. That's the one for me. You have to call out. You know what I mean?
At least,
because when it's
at least the others are
Arteta's doing
headstrong in their beliefs.
Yeah. They're not strong in their beliefs. So that's why I respect both sides. But I don't respect the people in the middle that flip-flop in between. And they say, oh, yeah, 1 minute they're Arteta in, 1 minute they're Arteta out. And they know who they are. They know who they are. So I don't say anymore.
Flip flopping Arteta. They know who they are.
You know what I mean? Toby made the song for you there.
For me, I think I don't really care how fans celebrate. I think, live in the moment, enjoy your life, enjoy the day out, enjoy the result. if the players were celebrating like that in the changing room, then I would have an issue, because that tells me that your expectations and your standards are and your mentality is on the floor. Fans' mentality and standards, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't really play any part. I don't like to get too involved into the conversation of fan standards. Like, what do you think Conte gives a shit about your standards? Like, really, he has his own standards. The team have their own standards. The manager he appoints has his standards, and those are the standards that are going to be set. And all the fans are going to do is follow the standards that are being set. If the standards are low, and you support a lower division team, then you're going to get happy when you achieve the lower division accolades of surviving. If your team wins shit, then that's the expectation. You just follow what your club does, that you support what your club does, and you hope for better. But for me, I don't really give a shit how fans celebrate. It made no difference to me.
Two things I'll say about mentality on Arsenal. Since we're on it, I haven't finished the super chats yet. We'll get back into it. Let me just save that one there. Two things, and again, to someone like Steve, it might be small, but to me, and to see what you see when Pepe scored, to bring it back to 1-1, his first instinct was to go get the ball and come back to the halfway line. That to me is an improvement in mentality, because it wasn't so long ago that we was equalizing to like a Palace or something, and we're celebrating it like we've done a madness. And also, hearing that Nicolas Pepe had a child, well, his partner had a child at 2-3 in the morning. And he still said to Arteta, I want to come to the game. And saying that when he hasn't had much game time over the last few months, coming on and winning, like he won the match for us. Again, that's part of the reason why when you asked me about Arteta earlier, it's hard not to say. You have to give him the rest of this season and see how it turns out. There's a big opportunity there for us. Tobes, do you wanna give the flowers now or?
Oh God, are we still
you can't
talking about
give the flowers now after all that?
No, I just listen. Like one super chat literally hit the nail on the head. Like we've spoken with Vim when we've criticised Arteta, so I think you got to speak with some Vim when Arsenal pull off like a good result, man. Like because I was fully expecting Arsenal to at the very least not get 3 points yesterday, especially after you go 1-0 down. I'm thinking, sweet, I've seen this story before, but like. I rate his willingness to go gung-ho for the win. And when he brought on Pepe and Nketiah, like, fair enough, they're not, like, great subs when you actually speak on it name for name. But a man took off a right back, He's had Nketiah, Pepe, Odegaard, Saka, I can't remember who the other attacker was. Lacazette. And he's literally going hell for leather for the win. And for like the last 20 minutes of that game, it was wave after wave after wave after wave after wave of pressure. And like you were just watching at a point and you're like, yeah, Wolves are not winning this game. And I think I have to give him credit for that, because I used to think that this guy was a defensive manager. But when I see that from Arsenal yesterday and I see some of the decent patterns of play that you've had against inferior teams, might I add sometimes, as well as Wolves yesterday, like, I don't think that point about him being a defensive manager can stand up true anymore. So that's what I want to give him credit for. But what I will say is, again, with Arsenal fans, just be calm. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you beat Wolves 6 out of 6 points against Wolves, cool. But their record against the top 6 sides, excluding Spurs this season, Spurs, has not been good enough. And also, has not been good enough. And the 3 games in hand you have that could effectively sort of seal your fate in top 4 are against the sides that you haven't picked up points against. Liverpool, well, excluding Spurs, of course, Liverpool, Chelsea, and then you got to come to our ground as well. So all I'm saying is karma. I'm going to give credit where it's due. Arteta's doing a good job at the moment. And as it stands now, he's proven me wrong. But just karma.
How's that changed though? But doesn't it make you a flip flop?
No,
I don't think it does.
Credit where it's due.
I'm asking. Let me finish the question in it.
I don't think it does.
Because not ask you, but just say
it. No, Steve. Do we remember? Steve, do we remember I think it was about 2-3.
No, that was about Steve's expectations. That's not about giving credit though. You've changed the question. You've changed the question to Toby. That's not fair.
No, I haven't. What's a flip flop?
No, but we were
talking about the game. I'm talking about the game.
Yeah, exactly. He's talking about the game.
Yeah, but he's getting about. We didn't talk about the game. He just praised Arteta for the last 5 minutes. He's giving a monologue.
God.
It wasn't a monologue. I'm talking about his tactics for the game and Arsenal's attacking. He's not. I used to think he was defensive. He's not a defensive manager.
Right. So you flip flopped from 2-3 weeks ago.
2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my god.
For saying that he's not a defensive manager.
Big prestigious League Cup final ain't gonna get no airtime today because we're too busy talking about these bum clubs in London. Are you talking about my team, world champions?
Which team you support though, Grizz?
Big boy, Carabao Cup final.
Who you support though,
no
Grizz?
airtime.
Let Matisse speak because right now he's being primed.
Can't be your team. Can't be the red side of Manchester. That's been under your rivals.
But I want to know. You want to talk about something that you supported both teams in? Who do we talk about?
Listen, bro, I'm just saying, bro, we gotta move along, bro. We ain't done no predictions out here waffling about these two teams, bro. Come on now.
It's all Grizz's fault, to be fair.
Oh shit! Is it the predictions this weekend?
Ain't even done.
There's 3 predictions to do, yeah.
Okay.
Let me get back into the super chats quickly. Rafinha or Felix. I got you, Tobes. Pack is overrated. Thoughts on the rumors about Roman to leave Chelsea? If it happens, then we'll discuss it. Obviously, it's all up in the air at the moment. You know, as is a lot of things. Obviously, thoughts and prayers out to everyone in Ukraine and innocent lives in both countries, to be honest with you. It's all mad what's going on. Big up everyone. Has Grizz already overrated that Liverpool performance and the players, even though Leeds are shite and play to Liverpool? Yeah. Sean says, I saw Julian and Ty singing 500 miles. Leon Spoons. I don't know. Chris says, man, don't understand Arsenal fans are like the Mad Hatter. We've seen the highs, lived through the lows, and are grasping the hope of glory days again. Shot caller says, Tobes, do you really think he's better than Pac? We're going to do this, shot caller. We're going to do this because that's even more outrageous than the last statement about music. Everyone wants to become a celebration police when it comes to Arsenal. Let people celebrate, says Dan, how they want to celebrate. Football is some people's breakaway from real life problems, and to celebrate like that is a relief. City were taking their shirts off versus Arsenal's last minute winner.
Steve is not. I actually agreed with that comment. I thought that was a good comment. I thought it was a good super chat.
Everyone picks one incident and use that as stick to beat the entire Arsenal fan base. Like every fan base has nutters. Come on.
Listen, I just want to know that you just earned about 300 quid in super chats because I've just rattled the whole Arsenal fan base because I said that the way they celebrated was ridiculous. Listen. If you want to celebrate like that, that is up to you. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. All I'm saying is I'd be slightly embarrassed celebrating like I've won the league by getting 3 points against Wolves. That is all I'm saying. If you want to do that every week, you want to dance in the streets, you want to fucking moonwalk, that is entirely up to you. But all I'm saying is it's fucking weird and I don't do that shit. So big up, keep doing it. Keep posting the videos. Keep doing it because when you actually win something, I'd like to see how you actually celebrate. If you celebrate like that after getting,
you've seen us win things. Hold on. You've seen us win many things, my bro.
No, but this has gone up a level now, Turkish. You're celebrating 3 points like you won things. This is what I'm saying. So is this what it is? Oh, we're Arsenal. We're not going to win out. So if we get 3 points,
I'm not going to lie, Steve was a lot calmer before Liverpool closed the gap to 3 points. I don't know. I'm just putting two and two together right now.
I'm just saying I might be cut from different cloth, but I'm just saying if you want to do that, that's great. Carry on, enjoy yourselves. I know you might not celebrate much, but 3 points against Wolves, partying in the streets. Come on, man. Come on, look at yourself in the mirror when you get old. Don't tell your missus you've been partying in the street after getting 3 points against Wolves because she might put you off.
You know what, honestly, I'd probably take 3 points against Wolves heading into top 4 rather than a Division 2 title. But, you know, who am I to...
Look at the comments now. They're absolutely rattled to death. If this is how sensitive and shallow of a club...
Coming in DMs, Big Steve, MCSC.
Steve, going to explode. Steve, I'm going to go for Arsenal, but I'm just saying, I'm entitled to my opinion. Dancing in the street against Wolves is pretty fucking pathetic.
The amount of DMs we're going to get after this show is crazy. Don't come to the
such a small topic. If them dancers want to come for me, they can come for me. But send me a dance video. I'll see how you're dancing in it.
This show's the best show on YouTube. I'm sorry that I'm.
Let me go back to Super Let's keep it calmer because we got some Liverpool Chelsea League Cup talk to get into. Dave says Steve used to have fans leaving stadium early. Other clubs actually have passionate fans. Steve, why should Arsenal settle for 4th when 3rd is in sight? We should aim high. We were 4th in December, but 3rd wasn't.
My point is that 4th to 3rd means nothing. I need you to understand that. It doesn't mean anything. Like, what is 3rd? What is 2nd? Just finishing the top 4, and move on with your days. Like,
Step
I don't
by
care
step,
if you
man.
finish ahead of us. It's not going to mean anything in the bragging rights if you finish third and we finish fourth. We're still going to be champions of Europe, and you're still not going to be.
Boy,
So
I don't think you're gonna. I don't think you're gonna like that, Matisse. I'm not gonna lie. You say this
you can
now.
banter me about it, but I don't celebrate top.
No, I'm not bantering. I'm saying I don't think you would like finishing below Arsenal.
No, it's not going to feel nice, but I'll get over it the next day. Like
I don't think you will.
fourth, I will. What is it? It's second to fourth. It doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
Second to fourth doesn't mean anything. So it's fine. I don't celebrate.
If you say so,
that is weird. If Steve says the celebrating second to fourth, that's weird. No one cares about that. It's not a trophy.
No, you're right. It's not. 100%. 100%.
Worth partying for, though. It's worth partying for.
Steve, I just want to warn you, the next few super chats, please let me get through them. Don't start shouting.
Yeah, man.
Come on. I'm not arsed, mate. I'm just
okay, please,
this is how rattled the whole fan
Mute
base
him,
about.
man. Just mute him. Just mute him.
We need to get what's those things that make the rattling noise? We need to make that. We need to get that on the show.
Yeah,
whenever a fan base or someone new here gets rattled, it just goes
rattle, time out. Get a time out.
Would I not be excited finishing ahead of Liverpool? No, I wouldn't be excited finishing ahead of Liverpool because we both pick up 0 trophies. I don't get this mentality.
What are you reading now?
I'm reading it.
I know what you're reading, man.
Weird.
Stop reading.
Stop rattling yourself in the comments.
I'm sorry. It's such a weird. Now you're making me call them weird. Now, like, what is this?
Calma.
Leave the comments calma.
Yeah,
Everyone
calma.
I'm calma, man. I want to move on.
Calma.
Everybody
relax, man.
We're all gone. Sorry, people. Mute everyone. Steve acting like City didn't just become relevant. LOL. Sit down. Talk about United all you want, but you got a way to go before holding chest. Arsenal FC says, I swear I saw City fans celebrate scraping a win against us at the Emirates. It's a last-minute winner, lads. If you can't celebrate them, when can you? It's football. Why is Steve like this? Did anyone hurt his feelings? It ain't Man City anymore. It's Man Salty. Steve, we celebrate how we want, respectfully. Those aren't great celebrations. My brother Turkish will know what real street celebrations are in Turkey. All we did here was wave some scarves, says Ham. Come on. Usman said, to be honest, I ain't seen the clips. Like I said, I ain't seen the clips, but listen, it was worth being happy about, that's for sure. Steve, if you're mad Arsenal have more fans outside the stadium than the empty hat has during game, just say that. If man are gassed, let them be happy. I'm sorry, Tobes, Newcastle's a bigger club than Spurs. Can defo see Conte leaving? Love the show, says JD. But SAEED, listen, one thing.
Yeah, man. Let him have it though, man. Turkish.
No, but hold on, because I don't even like reading it out.
No, man, let him have this one, man. If that's what makes him good, let him
I'm
have
gonna
this
mute you
one.
again, my bro. I'm gonna mute you again. Listen, people. I'm reading out super chats. So if you've got personal opinions about someone here and whatnot, you know, some words are banter and some of this is cool, but like, let's keep it in sometimes. Keep it in. Like, SAEED is an embarrassment to us United fans. He's not. Yeah, you might not agree with his opinions and whatnot, but like, just come on, rein it in. Because I want to get through all the super chats, but have some respect as well for the people on the show. Like, if you love the show, if you're here, SAEED's a big part of this show, as is everyone on here. So people just have some respect with the super chats and the comments and whatnot. Guy was crying respect. Pogba last show. What's the excuse made for him versus Atletico, SAEED? No money excuses. Making Mitch says Arteta won't win us the title, which I agree with. So get rid of him. Yeah. Well, if the title is step 5 or step 10, maybe Arteta can do step 1, 2, 3, and then, you know, who knows? Who knows? That's what we're looking at this season, isn't it? People will say they don't see a style of play when they don't even understand football. Yesterday, for the first time, he had Saka and Pepe as wingbacks. He did. I never wanted Arteta, and the Kroenkes never really showed they were interested. But I must admit, I'm seeing a chance. Are you Turkish? Well, you've heard what I've had to say. I think, you know, it's a very different opinion I have of the current state of affairs than I've had in the past. So that should say it all. Shameless FC, we celebrate how we want, respectfully. Before you celebrate a goal, make sure you run it by Big Steve first. You don't want to overdo it. Surprise Liverpool did not release a documentary titled Closing the Gap after that Leeds win. Documentary FC. That's Tottenham though. But yeah. Arteta out, always said it, says Andy. Sketchy. I want to apologize to Steve. Next time my team wins, I'll clap softly whilst driving home 10 miles per hour below the speed limit while listening to classical music. He backs up and he says the same thing twice. Didn't Pep beg his fans to come to the stadium? Steve, you know fans can be passionate. Steve, you don't understand Arsenal because you don't know what it feels like to have a self-made success. Stop boasting about what your rich daddy bought you. Big Steve used to be in that empty, had no fans to celebrate with, and Arsenal finishing top 4 is a big achievement, especially ahead of overrated United. I don't like that last bit, ahead of. I don't care what other teams are. Yes, I do, to get top 4, but in terms of our development, I don't care what other teams are doing. We need to just focus on ourselves. That's all the super chats in. I think you guys can. I've unmuted you guys. Let me just do that now. Sorry, Grizz. There we go. We're all back. I had to get them in. I had to get them all in. Love for the love, people. I haven't even said that there's 6K in the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, number 1. Make sure you guys subscribe to the official channel, number 2. And make sure you subscribe to every single one of these guys, number 3. Steve, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, and Matisse. All channel links in the description below, as well as Skull Thuggeries. A lot more content to come on all channels. And the Big 6 channel is launched already. But like I said last episode, next month we're meeting up, 23rd of March. We're going to get a whole heap of content done. And we're going to, get that running. All right, cool. Tottenham, done. Arsenal, done. Liverpool. Close the gap to 3 points, Grizz. I'll let you and Steve maybe talk about the title challenge being back on, the title race being back on before Matisse comes in with the League Cup final.
Yeah, it's made for a fucking exciting end to season. Like, obviously, a lot of people didn't want. I think most of the neutrals didn't want one team just walking away with it, running away with it. So it's good from that angle. And look, I did think it was over about 4 when the difference went to, was it 12 or 11 points, Steve? Was it 11 points or 12 at max?
Yeah, but he had 2 games in hand, didn't it? So
no, we had 1 game, I think. Was it 1 game? 12. We had 12 points lead and 1 game in hand, and then obviously slowly wheeled it down. And look, man, fuck's sake, we all want a title race. Obviously, me more than fucking others, because it means it's Liverpool. Because we're the only ones, and I'll say it again, we're the only ones that are capable of matching them or even beating them. So yeah, man. People talking about me bigging up the Vin, they haven't been following me, they haven't been subscribed to my channel, they haven't been watching it. So shame on you. You need to subscribe to my channel. I'm about 50 away from 9K. Get that over the line tonight, because I've been one of the few Liverpool people that said we played in second gear. We didn't even play brilliant. We honestly didn't. I know Liverpool fans thinking, "Oh, shut up, Chris, we won 6-0." We didn't. We done what we had to do. Leeds were that bad. But it goes to show like what kind of mental and physical and state we're in as a squad. No injuries. Jota's back near enough. Only Bobby Firmino out of the squad, and that's huge. Klopp's alluded to the fact that it's the first time in his tenure that he's had a fully fit squad to choose from. It's fucking mad, and he's been here 5-6 years. Not obviously, apart from Bobby, as I said, 1 injury only. Luis Diaz is coming fitted like a glove. We're high on confidence, and there's a belief around the club. I don't know if you want me to go into the league, the Carabao Cup final, but again, I'm not going to suddenly, turn Carabao Cup final into the Champions League final and say, yeah, massive, big tournament, wherever. Is the least of our priorities. But the fact that we're playing another massive, huge team in Chelsea makes it psychologically relevant and important, And as Steve has told us before, and even Matisse has told us before, the League Cup is a stepping stone for future things in your season. It gives you a little bit of a boost and something to build on. So yeah, man, we're going into that final pretty confident, and so we should be as well. There's no sitting on the fence, as SAEED says with me. There's no sitting on the fence. We're going into it with confidence. But we also know we're playing a top team as well.
Steve, you're not one.
Yeah.
You're not someone who said that the title race is over.
Yeah, fair play to him. Yeah.
Even
listen, the amount of messages I've had this week, because people don't like to read stuff or watch the Big 6. They just like to assume. So they were like, we're back chasing you down. You thought it was over. We're coming for you. I was like, mate, I told everybody it's not over. You just know, innit, when you just know, and you could see the way Liverpool are playing. I go week in, week out, watch City. Sometimes We didn't play the best. So I knew there was going to be wobbles here and there. And at the end of the day, we've got a massive game tomorrow. We've got to bounce back after that Tottenham defeat. Liverpool have got the tails up, signing the Diaz. Great signing. He's got a bit of energy about him. He's always on the front foot. So he's one of them that can change a game. If Liverpool are a bit flat, they can bring him on, give him a bit of a spark. City's got a few players back now. Jesus is back, which we've missed. Grealish is back. So listen, it's going into the business end of the season, and it's going to be a proper title race. And like you say, it's good when you go to them games and you've got that feeling in your chest. It's good. And look, the best team at the end of the season will win the league, innit? And at the end of the day, I think we're going to win the league. GRIZZ thinks they're going to win the league, and we've just got to bring it on. And at the end of the day, you know, we've got our noses in front. Just is it going to be more twists and turns? 100%. And yeah, I think it's whichever set of players have got the balls to see it over the line. You know what I mean? And I think it's going to get a bit squeaky. I think for both of us.
Matisse. League Cup final. Zion here says Tuchel versus Klopp round 3. It's going to be tasty.
Yeah, two draws this season already in the Prem, and obviously now third time around. I think for me, my confidence comes from depending on obviously the goalkeeper. I'm hoping Mendy starts, and we put sentiments aside, and obviously Lukaku for me. Lukaku's got a look how invested Toby is in someone else's team. Crazy. Lukaku for me has got to be on the bench. You know, I don't want to see him start.
Say that again.
What, why?
No. I want you to.
Why do you think this hurts me? I don't think.
No. I want you to say
listen,
Lakaka,
listen.
not Lukaku.
You're behind. You're behind the storyline, because if you think that it hurts me to say Lukaku on the bench, it fills me with joy. It fills me with joy. I don't have a Lukaku shirt. I didn't go to the club shop and dash to get the Ronaldo shirt with number 7 and start.
I wasn't even trying to banter you. I really wasn't trying to banter you. I was just trying to say, don't say Lukaku, say Lakaka. The new word is Lakaka.
I'm not gonna do that. Do you know what I'm saying? It don't hurt me to say Lukaku on the bench. It's easy. It's light work. He's got to be on the bench. He's been playing poorly, and I'm happy to see Kai up front. I think Van Dijk and Conte or Matip, whoever plays, would much prefer to have a physical, you know, touch tight type striker who's a little bit more static in comparison to someone who's going to have the movement. So I'm going to the game. I'm looking forward to it. Back-to-back games, of course, which is a big thing for me. Obviously, Steve knows I don't go to too many games, so I've decided to whip the old checkbook out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a big game, but I can't call it. I think it's going to go right to the wire. It really is.
I think it's going to be a very cagey affair, you know. I think it'll go to penalties, mate. You know what I mean? I think Tuchel will be very, very tactical, and Klopp, you know, I don't think it'll be as gun-ho. I think it'll be a very, very tactical game, and I think it'll be like a chess game, and I think it will go to penalties. But I think Pulisic, you know what I mean? I think you should give some credit to Pulisic.
Yeah.
He's better on the left, man. Again, why he keeps playing right wing back and everywhere, it's a different
We've
thing,
had injuries, you know?
I know, but I think Pulisic left wing, that's where I think you can get the best out of him. And really? Big boy Havertz, will he perform again? Big time Havertz.
Yeah, listen, I got to give credit to the performance against Lille midweek. You're right, because Pulisic, his contributions from the left is good. 3 starts this season, 3 goals. He has been moved about a lot. He's been playing striker against Wolves and Everton. He's played right wing back, like you said. That's just us trying to deal with the injuries. But so I'm not going to do revisionism and say, you know, he should always play in his position, because it's simply not possible when you've got players out in other roles. You've got to be adaptable, and that's something our players up front, unfortunately, are not. They're not adaptable. They're not able to play multiple positions. But for me personally, when I look at Kai as well, listen, everybody can mock Kai as much as they want, and I agree he needs to be performing at a more consistent level. But I'd much rather my young, talented player with potential step up in the big games than stat pad in the smaller games and then ghost in the big games. So he's done the hard bit right first, Champions League, Club World Cup, etc. We can rely upon him in the big games when we need him, when the pressure's on, and then he needs to just get consistent now with the with the rest of the games. So
is that the narrative now that he's a big game?
No, it's not the
player?
narrative. He has been a big game player, Toby, for Chelsea. He's in the big games.
How many big games has he scored in the league?
I don't know. I don't count. I'm not obsessed. Have you counted?
You just, that's why I'm asking you.
I'm just going off memory. I haven't got the statistics today. Nerd tax is not on, but I'll bring it for you next time.
You just called him a big game player
because he performs well in the big games.
Yeah, so I'm asking
how many goals, how many performances
have you seen? How many good performances have you seen from it against the big sides in the league?
I've seen him put in many a good performance against the big teams. Arsenal.
Yeah, give me at least
Arsenal
one.
At the start of the season, Manchester City last season, Liverpool,
Man City
this season,
Man City in the league last season.
No, I'm talking about in the final, bro.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Liverpool at the start of the season got the goal, so he's got a good. He's got a better record than most. Put it like that in our team. So yeah, that's how it goes. This brother's salty. Look at this guy.
I'm going to assume the GRIZZ is going to go for a Liverpool win. Matisse is going for Chelsea win. Tobes, who do you think's winning it?
I hope Liverpool win it, and I'm going to go for Liverpool to win it, man. I can't see this team win another trophy this season, anyway. Yeah, because
SAEED.
I think Chelsea win it on penalties.
Jeez.
Kepa, man. Kepa.
Get off his knob, man. Get off his knob.
What do you mean? He's every penalty shootout, he does it, man.
And then he'll get packed in normal time from a shot.
He's not playing normal time. This brother's soul is ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My goodness. You need to balance out your spices better than this, man. This is an overkill now.
Man said,
little man, chill, yeah, chill, little man.
Burnley brother, you chill, yeah.
Steve, who are you going for?
I think Liverpool will win it, but I think they'll win it on penalties. I think it'll be a draw full time. I think
a score draw.
Yeah.
Well, SAEED, score draw as well.
No, 1-1.
That is a score draw, bro.
Oh, sorry. Nah, I thought you meant like a 0-0 or something.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Where's that super chat gone, man? Where's that super chat gone? Let me bring that back.
Yeah, bring that back.
I think Liverpool will do it. I think Liverpool, yeah. I think
the thing is, I think we all have said extra time or penalties. I think. Has anyone said in That's our
I think
it's finals, isn't it? It's finals, man.
Can get it done in normal time.
Oh, okay.
Is there extra time in the League Cup?
Yeah,
extra time.
No, cool.
And Carabao Cups are not very they're not very exciting. I think FA Cups are more exciting. I feel like Carabao Cups, they're not very glamorous, man, in terms of the game.
We're calling it the League Cup now to make it more precise.
You lot's last League Cup final was entertaining against Man City, Chelsea's.
No, Southampton won it.
No, Chelsea's when they played Man City and Sterling scored the winning penalty. It was 1-1. It was a good game of football.
No, but I think he means the cup in itself.
The cup itself, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not one of those.
I disagree. Last time Toby saw his club lift a trophy was the Carling Cup in 2008. He must have went absolutely ballistic.
Yeah, that is
don't tell Toby. Don't tell Toby that.
The other day, innit, Tobes?
I swear to God, Matisse.
Back it, bro. Back it, bro. Back your cup,
It was a fantastic feeling, yeah. But what do you want me to say?
Was you dancing in the street? I
was gassed. We beat his club. We beat his club with their.
I was gassed as well.
With their mega riches, DA Dropper scored that free kick and we still beat him. So
back in the day, though, you used to always be the underdog, support the underdog. And Chelsea were a force.
Yeah, 100%. I celebrated. Not celebrated.
I celebrated for Tottenham. Yeah.
I was supporting Spurs then.
Yeah.
Fuck Spurs.
Oh yeah.
Surprise.
You got bass in your voice now, yeah? I see you today. You're flexing.
Now. When there's a 6-point gap, gets like that, bro. Big six. I don't think we even do 6
Don't let this slip, Turkish, please. Because, the ammo you've given me today, thank you, God. Yeah.
Don't worry, man. The same praise I gave Arteta, you gave him the same praise. We'll be on the same THUGGEry clip together, my bro. Don't worry about that.
Whatever.
I'll make sure of it. All right, listen, we got a couple super chats and then we're going to do some predictions. Back to Shahir's one earlier. Wishing good vibes to the panel. Finally managed to catch you all live and after a performance that shows the Gunners really want top 4. Keep the content coming and looking forward to the Big 6 channel. My guy, it's already launched. There's one video there, top 5 goalkeepers of the Premier League era. It's going to be followed up by top 6 centre-backs, top 6 full-backs, top 6 midfielders, top 6 strikers, etc. So look out for that. We're recording next month. And love for the super chat, the nice words, and we'll keep it coming, my bro. Nick says, best football panel on YouTube right here. Thanks for the great content. Oh, this was the ranking.
You've already read, yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back to that again because the time is just moving mad. Arsenal are more consistent than Spurs against teams outside the top 6. And I think that will get us top 4. Arteta is a top manager that will do the business if he had. Well, I think James at AFTV done the stats. Big up James. He out playing teams outside the big 6. Arsenal have the best record of the ones going to top 4, but playing teams in the big 6, we've got the worst record out of the teams vying for top 4. So what TOBS said is the reality. We've really got to build a little cushion. So going into Chelsea away, Spurs away, we're nice. Like, we've got to beat Watford, we've got to beat Leicester before that Liverpool game at home too, but we'll see how it goes. I'm sorry, I'm with Steve. You cannot celebrate like that. It's like you've won the quad or treble, but it's up to Arsenal fans to do what they want. Anyway, big up to everyone and especially to my guy, Matisse. And he says, big up Steve, calm mate, just sing Blue Moon.
I said Blue Moon.
How can you not love SAEED, the top geezer? Trust me, he is. Big up SAEED. Don't listen to them disrespectful people. Love your content and how you can give banter, but also be serious when you need to. Big up the big 6. Steve, you're actually the GOAT, says Tom, rattling a whole fan base and making the channel money. Keep your head, you legend. Listen,
They just paid for my season ticket, innit? Thanks.
Don't listen to them people. If you people know, it's what, my mic moving mad.
Listen, after the show, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to dance outside. I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to cheer. I'm going to do the moonwalk because you just paid for my season ticket. Is that reason enough to celebrate and dance?
Steve, you were pulling up videos that 10 minutes after the conversation. Get them out of your head as well. As much as you're in their head, you need to make sure they're not in your head. Steve, life doesn't last forever. If fans sing after a game, it's called happiness. Sharing moments with fellow fans, let people support how they want. If Toby plays in the final, Chelsea will lose.
Fair play.
Love for the love.
Oh, shit, that's funny.
By the way, Tobes, get your notes before you stream. Still love your content. Come on, you gunners. What, did you forget your notes or something?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Get your notes before you. I don't know. Yeah.
But thanks for the super chat, bro.
Your stream yesterday was jokes, though. I can't even lie. The stress. It was.
Oh, piss off, man.
Conte, the only manager who is about to sack his club, not the other way around. LOL.
Oh.
Big Steve, Arsenal have too many fans and therefore some have to celebrate outside. Hi is the German Origi. I knew Toes was gonna love that one.
That was a quality.
Oh, dare I say, Origi's performed. In fact, let me not say it.
James says, Toby, how many finals has Kane ghosted? Mike,
I was about to say something mad, but let me.
Tottenham should actually be going after Origi if they're clever. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me not say it.
I'm an Arsenal fan, says Mike, and I agree with Steve, but I genuinely believe the fans did all these celebrations just because of what Neves said. Should be a cracking final, a goal fest, says Andy. Can we talk about hooligans attacking Foden's family? His mum got punched. Horrific. Big Steve, thoughts? To be honest, I actually forgot about that vid. But yeah, that again, like number one,
security. Man.
To say they need security because that is the correct thing to say. But why can't you just let people live?
Yeah,
let people live, especially if they
let them have their fun, man.
Steve, do you have any comments on it?
No, just listen. It's sad, isn't it? You live in that world where people think it's good to slag people off, chase them down, criticize them, stand outside the box, call him names under the sun. He's a human being at the end of the day. His mum came out; she was in the wrong as well. Just let the police deal with it. But if you're that kind of guy that has to do that on a night out, mate, it's pretty sad to me.
And the phones are always out. When the phones are out, you know what? When the phones are out,
it's not good, man. It's not good. That's the way that we live in it. Everyone likes to criticize and abuse people and that. But if it makes you feel better, you know what I mean? It's what it is.
Hideaway says we celebrated because of what Neves said. It's banter. And Andy says 3-2 to Liverpool. Najib, I know you haven't sent a super chat. You've messaged me on Twitter saying I can't seem to send super chats. I ain't got the answer, bro. But big up you, man. Anyway, don't worry about it.
What did Neves say, by the way? Because I ain't got a clue what they're talking about.
After we won 1-0 at Molineux, obviously 10 men, and we grind it out.
What you said.
The players at the end of the game come over to the fans, gave it all of that, you know, like, come on, like, lift us and whatnot. And Neves and Cody both came out and said, like, that kind of shows the level we're at. You know, it was a bit too much, all of that.
Well, I didn't know what they said, to be honest. So if they celebrated because of that, then...
Do you want to apologise?
Right. No, I'm not apologising.
That's what I tried to say. That's what I tried to say at the start.
Apologise.
Until someone, spokesman for the Arsenal fans, until Turkish can confirm that, then I'm not apologising.
To be honest, Ramsdale, as soon as the game done, Ramsdale ran over to Neves and was celebrating kind of next to him.
Oh, right. Didn't see it, mate. I was in Albert Schloss with SAEED dancing the night away.
I see you enjoying. And we've just got another super chat coming. TOBS run through his notes on his phone prior while predicting how Spurs would smash Burnley. Oh, he's backing up the last one. Big Six have me watching all my rivals. Come on. That's what it's about, you know. Obviously, it's 6 of us that makes the show. So support the man then. You know, everyone's got their own channel. Everyone's doing their own thing. Everyone's got their own ideas. We all link up twice a week and we're going to do it more for the channel. So make sure you're subscribed. But same way, subscribe to GRIZZ. Get him up to 9K. Subscribe to TOBS, Matisse, SAEED, and Steve. THUGGEry. Support all of us. It's a, you know, let's make this a well-oiled machine, man. Let's keep it all in house and keep it moving. Love for the love, people. Prediction time. Back to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Might start with you. Leeds, Tottenham, TOBS.
My head's telling me draw, but I'm going to go for a win. 2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs. GRIZZ.
So it's this way.
It's that way, yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Can't let GRIZZ get this little. This is not Uno reverse card. Can't be doing that. I'm gonna go with a 3-1 Tottenham win.
Yeah, 3-1. That's what I'll put down. Steve.
2-1 Spurs.
2-1 as well. SAEED.
I'm gonna go with 2-0 Spurs.
2-0, yeah. GRIZZ.
3-1 Spurs.
3-1 Spurs. Cool. Moving on to Man United, Watford, SAEED.
Yeah, should be a comfortable win where they're in the table. I think they're rock bottom. You know, like I said to you, no confidence in their team. They got smacked by Crystal Palace. It should be a routine win. Should be. But I don't know, man. It just always seems like there's always that one result that shocks everyone. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win. Yeah, 3-1 win.
3-1 win. GRIZZ.
3-0.
3-0. TOBS.
2-0.
2-0. Matisse.
2-1 Man United.
2-1. Watford are dead, but didn't they beat you the first game?
Yep, they did.
Yeah,
They smacked them. That was Ollie's last game.
They
Yeah.
whooped them.
4-2.
Whoop their asses, boy.
3-1 United. Steve.
1-1.
Oh,
Wild.
I like it.
Mad.
Went for something different. Might shake it up at the top. The table's mad at the moment. I'm going to bring
The
it up.
table's mad.
Right, United, Watford done. Last one. Everton, Man City. Steve.
2-0 City.
2-0. SAEED.
I'm gonna go for. See Everton. Can they get? I'm gonna go for 3-1 City.
3-1. GRIZZ.
2-0 City.
2-0. TOBS.
Is it at Goodison?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. City always win there. I'm gonna go 3-1.
3-1.
So someone's at the door.
I wanted
Oh,
to
he's
say,
got another takeaway in it. He's got another takeaway in it.
You can never wait till the end.
I wanted to give Everton something, but I just don't believe in them, man. 2-0 City. Can't take risks, man. Title race is too close.
2-0 City. Let's bring up that league table now. Obviously, in the week, we had 3 fixtures. I'm the only one with the correct score for Arsenal Wolves. Nearly GRIZZ and nearly Steve with the 1-1, but the last-minute goal obviously ruined that. Big up, guys. Never started running his mouth from the last game we played. I'm sure that's why the fans were celebrating like that, says Abdullah. Love for the super chat, my guy. Where are we? So league table last week. Before the 3 fixtures. League table this week.
Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ, it's tight. Fuck me.
Mad.
Oh, my God.
That's why I said anyone can win this league, you know. Anyone can win it.
Mad.
Turkish has actually done the job. I can't lie. You've done well.
This is a
madness.
madness.
You've done well. You've been stealing my results. That's why.
Yeah, I'm saying my results, and Turkish is like, yeah, same. What's going on?
You man. Somehow.
Am I Centurion then? Yeah.
I'll give it a rest, man.
Invisible trophy.
I was at
That's what you do,
I was in the
Invisible
bottom.
trophies.
I'm climbing, bro.
Centurion, brother. Centurion right there.
So that is the league table. You can keep
what do you get if you win it? What do you get if you win it? We know what we get if you lose. What do you get if you win?
Yeah, we didn't even. You know what? We have to talk outside and sort that out because we didn't even set that. I was too worried about who loses in the challenge and whatnot. So,
I think there should be an extra point for whoever gets.
And now it's close. I think everyone can agree on something because it's close. So let's agree on it between now and Monday.
Can I ask you a question then? What did it? How much did I win it by last year? What was the actual? Because I feel like now the bar's been set so high, man.
But you know what? Last year, because we started in November as well. We missed the first, like, I don't know how many games.
All right, fair enough then. Yeah, fair enough.
But do you mean how much you won it by first to second?
Yeah.
I'll find out and then we'll show it on Monday.
No one cares.
Yeah,
no one cares.
People.
GRIZZ doesn't give a shit about that league.
Yeah, GRIZZ is like, I don't give a shit.
We all said it.
Up here. An hour and a half in, a bit of overtime again. 5,700 still here. Show some love. Number 1, hit the likes. Number 2, subscribe. Put the notifications on. And number 3, support the rest of the lads. Steve, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, MATISSE, THUGGEry in the description, people. Love for the love as always. We're back Monday, 9 p.m. So make sure you guys are there. Peace.